Hello, 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 everyone. Welcome, welcome. I don't go often in on my page. So this is one of the rare times that I do because I don't know how much interaction I get on the page. So please join and watch later in the replay because it's going to be some great information for our moms who are looking to do some school shopping really soon. I've already had to do it. My daughter, we live in the South now, so my daughter's already started school. And these are some of the things that I use these are some of the tips that I use to help me save when it came to back to school shopping. Back to school shopping is probably one of the more expensive times in your life because, especially if you have multiple children, sometimes you just have to spend a lot of money. And depending on their needs, depending on what the school requests of you, it can feel like a strain on your budget. So I'm going to give you some tips to help you along the way. And this is for if your kids in elementary all the way to college. And I know with college students, it can get crazy. I know. I bought my own stuff for college with my own money. And I was like looking at my mom like, really? You made me spend all this money on my own stuff. But it was good for me to see because I never would have understood how expensive it was to buy stuff for school. So if your kids are in elementary level school and you're getting a list from the teacher, what you're gonna do is what you do beforehand. So with any child, no matter what level, you're gonna put aside money months in advance. And here's how you do this because you will then have less strain on your budget leading to weeks up until you spend that money for supplies, right? So school ends for most students if you're in the New England or area or other parts of the country. You most likely are getting out in June, right? If you're attending public school. So what you start to do even in June is say, okay, I know that on average I spend this amount of money on back to school supplies. I'm going to start putting that money aside now so that when August comes around and it's about to be September when they start school, I already have money set aside that I'm not worried about. So you're going to you're going to create a budget line item in your budget if you have one. And if you don't, I can teach you how to create one. But that's for another day. So if you create a line item just for your child's educational supplies, and you can do this throughout the year even, because it helps because costs come up throughout the year that you don't consider. Field trips, you know, different activities that they request of you and your child, you're going to have to pay for, write those checks. So putting a line item in your budget just for your child's education supports any costs that arise. So you want to make sure you do that. So you're starting in June. Let's go back to school spending. So you start in June, start putting money aside every week, even if it's $5. When you think about it, you put $5 away each week. Even it seems small, that's $20 a month for the next 3 months. That's $60. That at least could get their paper supplies. But if you need more because you might have to buy clothes, kids grow fast. If you have to buy clothes, then you're going to put aside more. Increase it to 20 if you can. So 20 a week times 4, that gives you about what? $80, right? Okay, $80 times 3. How much is that? So you're getting close to like 200 or more. So just make sure that you budget for what your needs are. And do the research when you spend this year. This will be your test. This will be your research that you do. Whatever you spend this year will give you a sense of what you can spend going forward. But I can tell you right now, you don't have to spend crazy amounts of money. I for sure didn't. I read that the average family spends about $634 on school supplies alone. The average American family, $634. Now, for me, that's a lot of money. And I can tell you, honey, I know plenty of things I could do with $634. I could pay some bills. I can get some stuff done in the house. I can still buy her school supplies and be good. So 634 sounds a lot. And here's why I say that. Because you could get away with spending far less, even if you're a multiple family home. So here's what you're going to do. When it comes to the paper supplies, if the school is not requesting name brand items, so like Expo markers or particular pencils or certain scissors, you can get away with the Dollar Tree. The Dollar Tree is awesome. I love it. You can get the same items at the Dollar Tree that you would get anywhere else. And they cost $1. So for me, what I did, my daughter's list had about 15 items on it. And I said, in 15 listed things, but with each item, some had multiple requests. So if it was pencils, there were 3 packs of pencils she needed. If it was loose leaf paper, she needed 2 packs. If it was composition notebooks, she needed 3. So I said, okay, I know if I go to CVS or other stores, this composition notebook could cost me about $3, depending on the style. But I know there's some at the Dollar Tree for $1. So I'm about to get 3 for $1. Like 3 for $1 a piece versus spending $3 on one. So go to the Dollar Tree, get what you need. With the Expo marker, they requested that specifically. So then I said, okay, let me check out CVS and see what they offer. Let me check out Office Max. I went to both places. The deals weren't good enough for me. CVS had them. CVS only had the multicolored one. She needed all black. And the multicolored one came about 4 in a pack, and it was $12. I went on Amazon.com. I found a pack of 12 black ones, and they were $7.47. Now, I've already saved almost $3. Okay? So just look for deals. You have to do the research. You have to look around. Online shopping for me has worked really well. I find many great deals. And when I'm online shopping, what I've done, I use the Chrome browser because I have a Chromebook, and there's a plugin called Honey. If you attach that plugin to your browser, it will automatically come up with coupon codes for sites like Amazon and Old Navy, different retail sites. They will come up with automatic coupon codes that will work for that site and tell you, do you want to input that code so you can save. So that's one of my tricks that I use to help me save when I'm online shopping, and it's worked great, especially for Amazon.com. My go-to is always Amazon because they do really great price matching. So if you found that item somewhere else cheaper, you could get the difference. So I always, that's my go-to for online shopping. Even clothes. I've got clothes there for my daughter's shoes. It's really great for name brand shoes, especially basketball shoes. If you have boys and girls who need athletic shoes, Amazon.com is perfect for it. Especially really good quality shoes. You don't have to spend $200 on some Nikes. I've been able to seriously, I bought athletic Nikes, and they were like $60, and they were name brand. They were nice, so you don't have to go crazy. All right, clothing. This is another one where you have to do research. I went to the local thrift store out here and bought some clothes for my daughter. My daughter's 9 years old, but her body type fits women's clothing. Yes, it's scary. She's wearing a size 7 in shoes in women's. So it means I have to spend a little more now on her clothes. So I just went to the local thrift store and found some shorts because, unfortunately for girls, and this is just my preference, I don't want her wearing at the age of 9 booty shorts. I don't want her butt cheeks hanging out. I don't think it's appropriate for her age. So the shorts lengths that were in the stores like Ross and Old Navy were just too short for me. So I said, okay, I know that people give away stuff, really great stuff, and the shorts lengths won't be that crazy. And I went to my local thrift store. I went to the Goodwill, found some really great, nice J. Crew, Old Navy, really nice quality brand stuff for like $3, $2. And they had a deal going on that Saturday because here in the South, kids were starting early. So the Goodwill had a back to school deal going on where you could buy like 5 shorts for like $4 or something like that. They were doing some crazy deal. So I went there. I got her a whole bunch of shorts. I got her like 10 shorts to get her to start the school year with, and a few shirts. And then I got some stuff from Ross. I got it when I came home and saw what I spent. I spent less than $20 on all her clothes, and she got bags of clothes, like maybe 5 or more bags of clothes. goes. Okay, so you got to do the research. You gotta, hey Shelly Joe, you got to do the research. You got to look ahead of time. Put that money aside beforehand, because that's what's going to support you getting saving the money. You don't need to spend $600. You shouldn't. And I'm saying this to you because I know it's possible. My mom, I'm one of 6 children, and my mom was having to buy school supplies for us. We never spent that much on stuff. Like, she was she was good for thrifting. Like, I learned thrifting from my mom. She was really good at it. She really was like always giving us encouragement to do it, because she knew back then what I'm learning now is that you do save a ton of money when you do your research. And for college age children, those that are going to college, look at the deals. Look ahead of time. Sometimes even considering buying stuff out of season will help you. But there's going to be a lot of good deals coming up, especially on computers. Best Buy has some really great computers out there for your college age student. I suggest, and I'm going to ask, Chromebook to give me some money on this, because I'm marketing them. Chromebooks are excellent for a first year college student. Here's why. Everything will be saved into a cloud that they work on. It's all Google-based apps. So if your child is already Android user, it'll be really easy to use. They can print from anywhere. They can print from a cloud, so they don't need to be connected to one printer. They can carry this. They can access their documents from Google Docs on their phone. So if they're in a situation where they can't get to the document, they have cloud access. So, and they're cheap. I bought a Chromebook for myself recently, and it only cost me $278. And it does all what it needs to do. It's great with browsing. It's great for paper writing. You can type all your documents on Google Docs, so you have access to it anytime. So don't go crazy spending money on laptops this year. I'm telling you, you're going to literally kick yourself in the butt when you see what you can do with a Chromebook versus what you could do with other HP computers. And spending $2,000 on a laptop right now that they might break, or you're going to feel bad. So I don't think you need to spend that kind of money right now. They're not in IT. They're not high-tech level computer geniuses yet. So give them something that can function so that they can get through and do their work. Okay? And comforters and all that stuff, you can find that stuff at Walmart. You can find that stuff at Target, Amazon.com. Like, seriously, love it. I've purchased, beddings from there, really great quality that's used till this day. So it's possible. Stuff like what is some of the stuff college students. I've been out of undergrad so long, I'm trying to remember. If you can help me out, list some things. Crates, looking at Rubbermaid bins, going to your local, even check hardware stores. Sometimes hardware stores have some good deals on stuff like that too. Packing supplies, Amazon.com is good for that. My recent move, it was awesome. I got a lot of my supplies there too. So for packing supplies, if you need to ship stuff ahead of time. But yeah, just look. I'll list it under the video. I'll list the different sites that I've used and some tips so that you have it in writing, as well as, because I'm both I'm visual and oral, so I need to see it and hear it. So I'll make sure to list the sites that I've used to help me save money. But don't kill yourself spending crazy money this year. You don't need to do that. Make sure you do your research. Start putting money aside months in advance. And really calculate what you're spending this year. It'll be eye-opening. Once you see what you're spending, you're going to realize, oh my gosh, like, this is really killing our budget every summer. Why don't we find ways to save? It'll be some great insight for you. So thanks for staying on. Thank you for being patient. I hope this information was really helpful to you. Good luck with the school year coming up and your kids. I hope they have a wonderful year. I hope they enjoy their time, because school is there. It's learning, but also enjoyment. They need to enjoy their time. So I'm really hoping they get to enjoy this year and get a lot out of it. So thanks again. Best of luck, and God bless.